Ladies and gentlemen, Burt Lancaster.
Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart once said, "The most important thing about acting is to appreciate it as a craft and not as some mysterious, dark religion. You don't have to pray to be a good actor." Jimmy's been a film actor for nearly 50 years, and during that time, he's made over 80 films and given us a staggering range of screen portraits. Through the years, we saw the lean, gangling, idealistic young man grow into what has been described as the most complete cinema personality in the American screen. And through it all, whether he was playing an idealistic senator, a shy lover, an eccentric with a 6-foot rabbit, a band leader, an aviator, a sheriff, whatever, he gave an unmatched believability to his performances while expressing that rarest of combinations, strength and vulnerability. Jimmy's often said, "I never think of audiences as customers. I consider them my partners." He has portrayed for those audiences values they admire: decency, bravery, honesty, and a sly sense of humor. He has become for the world to see a unique American presence on the screen, and he is a valued citizen of his country in real life. As an actor, he is respected for what he has done, and as a man, he is respected for what he is.
He was christened James Maitland Stewart. Jimmy grew toward adolescence amid a warm circle of family and friends and the simple pleasures of small-town life. They had school pageants every year, and he was always in them. In high school, what he wanted most was to master the accordion. At Princeton, he joined a student theater group, the Triangle Club, and was invited to spend the summer with their stock company, intending to play the accordion. Stewart was soon playing bit parts instead. He found he was becoming an actor in spite of himself. With his friend Henry Fonda, he decided to try his luck in the big city. We might as well starve together, he said. After a lean streak, Jimmy got a few good roles and some good notices. In 1935, MGM gave him a screen test. He landed a contract and headed west.
But grant me just the same, I'm not in...
The studio didn't seem quite sure what to do with it, and he shared their uncertainty.
For you, so easy to love.
He said, "I was all hands and feet and didn't know what to do with either of them." But soon he began to develop his distinctive style.
You know, every time I think how lucky I am, I feel like screaming.
Tony, please promise you'll invite them.
Oh, I feel a scream coming on right now.
You know, we'll have to face it sooner
Oh,
or
yeah,
later.
it's starting right down in my toes. Sort of a tingling sensation.
Now, look, we can
And now
invite
it's
them for
coming up
Wednesday
around
and
my
then...
knees. And my legs are traveling faster and
Tony.
faster and faster.
You're not really
And
going
it's
to
in my
scream.
stomach right now. I'm afraid it's got me, Alice.
Not with your
Now
mother
it's going
here,
up and
Tony.
up and up and up. It's all
No,
over
no,
my
Tony,
body now.
please
Here.
don't. No.
It's right in my throat now. What I can do is fighting to get out. I can't hold it any longer. Here it goes.
If you think I'm going back there and tell those boys in my state...
In Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, he portrayed the kind of idealistic hero that became his trademark.
This isn't your country. It belongs to a lot of James Taylors. Oh, no, not me. And anybody here that thinks I'm going to do that, they got another think coming. Well, that's all right. I just wanted to find out whether you still had faces.
Excuse me.
In 1940, he won an Oscar for his role in The Philadelphia Story.
Are you still in love with her? Or perhaps you consider that a very personal question.
Not at all.
Liz thinks you are. Liz thinks you are. But of course, women like to romanticize about things.
Yes, they do, don't they?
Yes, they do, don't they? I don't know. I can't understand how you can have been married to her and still know so little about her.
Can't you?
No, I can't, you. I have the hiccups.
What does a rising young star do after winning an Oscar? Jimmy's answer was simple. He joined the Army. And almost a year before Pearl Harbor, he did just that. After Air Corps flight school, he became a command pilot in a B-24 squadron. He led his crew safely through 25 combat missions over Europe. Curdled by the war's end, he had a chest full of medals and some questions about his future in Hollywood. After a 4-year absence, did he still have it? When Frank Capra cast him in It's a Wonderful Life, he showed he did still have it. And something more, a new depth and vulnerability.
Dear Father in heaven, I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear me, show me the way. I'm at the end of my rope. Show me the way.
I'll have orders.
His gawky innocence as Elwood P. Dowd made Harvey an enduring classic.
I'd like to meet Ordway. And now, Aunt Ethel, I'd like you to meet Harvey. Harvey, you've heard me speak of Aunt Ethel Chauvenet. She's one of my oldest and dearest friends. She's the one who... that's right. Well, this is the one. No, she's the one. He says he would have known you anywhere.
Alfred Hitchcock detected an emotional subtlety in Stu.
Come on, get out of there.
Cast him in Rear Window as a photographer bound to a wheelchair.
Please. Stella, what do we do?
In Spirit of St. Louis, he played Charles Lindbergh with deceptive ease, and at the journey's end, caught his great moment of triumph.
It is. It's Dingle Bay. It's Ireland!
Over his long and distinguished career, he has come to be the very embodiment of those human qualities we all look up to. Honesty, decency, quiet strength, courage, and compassion.
To my big brother, George, the richest man in town. That's a Christmas present from a very dear friend of mine.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right.
Attaboy, Clarence.
Looking back over a half a century of Stewart's career, one film critic put it this way: "You've made us laugh. You've made us cry. You've called us to our better selves. And you've made us all very proud. Jimmy Stewart."
Burnett.
Mr. President, Mrs. Reagan, honorees, I have not kept it a secret over the years that I have been in love with James Stewart my whole life. He touched me, as I know he has everybody in this whole wide world who's ever seen him, and he moved me as no other actor ever has. I felt I knew him. I felt he was my friend, and tonight, Jimmy, I decided to do a number just for you. And oh, one thing, I thought it would be nice, since Lord knows I ain't a singer, I thought I would bring along a little backup group to help me, so just give me a little more support. So gang, would you come on out, please?
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come to meet our thunder, Adam boys, give it a gun. Down we dive, spouting a flame from under, up with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, we're down in flames. Nothing can stop, nothing can stop. Nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
Jimmy, these men and women are the cadet chorale from the United States Air Force Academy, and they came all the way from Colorado Springs to sing for you tonight. Last year, you surprised me and gave me one of the nicest moments of my entire life when you sang to me at the variety clubs. And, well, he sang the song to me that you just saw him sing to Eleanor Powell. It's the only song that he ever sang in a movie. I don't know why, because I love your voice. And anyway, I'm going to try it tonight. As I said, I'm not a singer, and so whatever comes out might sound awful, but I want you to know it is from my heart. Because if there's anyone easy to love, it's you. Joe, where are you? You didn't wear this today in rehearsal. Oh. This is Joe.
Howdy.
Howdy. You have, I know them all, we just don't have time. You have your pitch pipe?
Yes, ma'am. Sure
okay.
Do.
Hit it. I know too well that I'm just wasting precious time in thinking such a thing could be, that you could ever care for me. I'm sure you hate to hear that I adore you, dear, but grant me just the same, I'm not entirely to blame.
She's not entirely to blame.
For you being so easy to love, so easy to idolize, all others above, so worth the yearning for, so swell to keep every home fire burning for.
I'm certain that we'd be so grand at the game,
So carefree together that it does seem a shame that you can't see your future with me, 'cause you'd be too
The man who broke the sound barrier, General Chuck Yeager.
President Reagan, Mrs. Reagan, honorees, ladies and gentlemen, during my 34 years in the Air Force, my path crossed with Jimmy Stewart's path a couple of times. We were enlisted men together in the Army Air Corps at Moffett Field in 1941. Jimmy was a sergeant and I was a private. As a fighter pilot, I escorted Jimmy's bomb group in the not-so-friendly skies over Europe, especially for B-24s. I had the fun of being Jimmy's instructor pilot when he made his first supersonic flight. And Jimmy, you never lost your touch. On behalf of all of the people who ever served in the Air Force, I want to thank you, Jimmy, for enhancing the image of a pilot and an Air Force officer.
Jimmy, this is for you. You're the nicest man in town. Should olden ways as we forgot and never brought to mind. Should olden ways as we forgot and days of old lang syne. And days of old lang syne, my dear. And days of old lang syne. Should olden ways as we forgot and days of old lang syne. And here's a hand, my trusty friend. Give me a hand of thine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet, old lang